Okay, this is a primary 5 mathematics question based on fractions. It says Alice baked 36 more cheese buns than kaya buns. After selling 1/3 of kaya buns and half of the cheese buns, she had 116 kaya and cheese buns left altogether. So question 1 is, how many cheese buns and kaya buns did she sell altogether? So I'm going to use the model approach for this question. So before we come up with the units that she baked, let's have a look at the fractions here, which is 1/3 and half. Okay, so 1/3 and half. I'm looking for the least common multiple of 3 and 2. So that will be 6. I will explain in detail as we go on. Okay, now I will be drawing the model. So kaya and cheese. So I'm going to draw that Alice baked 6 units of kaya buns. And 6 units plus 36 more cheese buns. So she sold 1/3 of kaya buns, which is 1/3 of 6 units. That will be 2 units. So I will mark that in blue. So Alice sold half of the cheese buns. So when we look at the model here, we see that there are 2 parts, which is the units, 6 units, and the number here 36. So half of 6 units will be 3 units. And half of 36 will be 18. So the rest will be the number of buns which are left, which I will highlight in black. So that's 4 units of kaya buns which are left, and 3 units of cheese buns plus this 18 here. So in the question we are given the total number of kaya and cheese buns which are left, which is 116. So 116 is the value of the portions marked in black, which is 4 units of kaya and 3 units of cheese buns plus this 18 here. So I'm going to come up with an equation where 4 units of kaya buns plus 3 units of cheese buns plus another 18 is equal to 116. So I'm going to solve this equation to find out the value of 1 unit. Okay, so 7 units is equal to 98 buns. Therefore 1 unit is equal to 98 divided by 7, which is 14 buns. Question A is, how many cheese buns and kaya buns did she sell altogether, which is the value of the units highlighted in blue. Okay, so question A, the total number of buns that she sold will be 2 units of kaya buns plus 3 units of cheese buns and another 18. So since we know the value of 1 unit, which is 14, we will now substitute 14 to this expression. We can simplify this to 5 units plus 18. 1 unit is equal to 14, therefore 5 times 14 plus 18. Which is 88 buns in total. Question 2 is, how many cheese buns did Alice bake at first? That will be the value of the units highlighted in red. So once again, I'm going to come up with an expression to show the number of cheese buns Alice baked at first, which is 6 units plus 36. So 1 unit is 14 buns. So 6 units will be 6 into 14 plus 36. That will be 84 plus 36, which is 120 cheese buns. Okay, so to recap, whenever you get a question with fractions, you need to look at the two denominators. So to derive the number of units at first, in this case the number of units that were baked. So we looked at the two denominators, which is 3 and 2, and found the lowest common multiple, which is 6, which is easily divisible by 3 and 2. And therefore we were able to come up with a whole number for the number of units that were sold and the number of units that were left. So next, the question gave us the total number of buns that were left altogether. And we were able to come up with this equation where we were able to find out the value of 1 unit, which is 14 buns. Thereafter, all we had to do was substitute this 14 to these two expressions to find the two answers.